Volumes. Is it down to MiFID? I mean, as I just said at the top there, Lionel, the Stoxx 600 volume, 30-day average, about 10% below. Euro Stoxx 50, about 20% below. Winter's here. Look at that chart right there. What's it down to?
Well, honestly, it's really hard to tell what is happening structurally to volumes. We are in the first week of January. Looking back historically, yes, it's lower, but volumes have been going down over the past 5 years. It's a symptom of markets, of central banks, and now we have the seasonality effect. I just think it's way too early to say that volumes are going to dry up because of MiFID II.
And is it way too early to say MiFID II is better? It's a better sequel back to films than its predecessor.
Well, I think today, if you're talking to anyone in the market, it's like being on a customer service helpline, right? Everyone has got their complaint, their story about how annoying it is, what a headache it is to implement MiFID II. Again, I think it's too early. Yes, today's the day officially, but you know, there's plenty of delays and reprieves and grace periods in this regulation. I mean, it hasn't even been fully implemented yet.
What are the big bugbears? The people you're speaking to? I mean, you've cited a number in your piece today. What are the major bugbears of MiFID II?
A lot of it is to do with research. So what kind of research can you receive? How do you pay for it? Is it one price fits all? You have to work through your whole model again. Trade reporting as well. It's a lot more onerous in terms of paperwork and process. I just think that we shouldn't get too ahead of ourselves and equate, you know, a more process-driven headache with bad regulation or regulation that shouldn't have happened.
Right, Lionel. Is it actually any good? Does it make markets safer or more transparent?
Look, I think we have to accept that there was a mandate for MiFID II. This is implementing global guidelines and governance that were being asked of G20 nations after the crisis, so it clearly had to be done. It's also fixing a lot of loopholes and blind spots in MiFID I, the original that came out a decade ago, just before the crisis came out. So you can't say it's a success yet, but I do think it is doing what it set out to do. And if it looks backward-looking, that's because all giant waves of regulation are, by nature, backward-looking.